Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days.
Wow.
We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
And we're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah. Foden
I'd
88,
say
Saka
that's about
87.
right,
I think that's wrong.
Nice that you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance will Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through
Can't do
PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No,
that we
no,
do?
no.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions:
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still
You're
there.
in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend.
That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 million down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abbie Pilates instead of trophies. You'll never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup. Let's go. What do you do with yours? I do unlimited football content.
Well, I do unlimited bragging.
Well, I do unlimited swiping right.
Well, I do unlimited doom scrolling.
Well, I do unlimited sliding into the DMs.
Well, I do watching TikTok on the bus without headphones unlimited.
Oh, God.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back to Live at 5. We're here on a Tuesday. Champions League is coming up in just a couple of hours. We've got a watch along from 7:30 till 10:30 to watch all the games tonight. Same again tomorrow. And today, I've got Abbie back on the panel. Hello.
Ooh, it's been a while.
It's been a while since I've
feel
last
like
seen you.
You've really missed me. You've DM'd me a lot last week or so.
Yeah, because I've done so much on because I was mentioning your name on Best of Enemies.
Yes.
As well, so it was just in each other's comment sections for like the last week or so.
You told me I had a relegation glow. A 1 point glow.
A 1 point glow. You said relegation glow.
It's the relegation glow.
I said the 1 point glow is crazy.
It's crazy.
The 1 point glow is crazy.
You know what it is? It's the glow of not having a Monday morning where you've lost. I know it wasn't a win.
And also you're not sat there.
Yeah. A Monday when I could get out the gantry. Like it really just.
What it is
I
think with that game on Sundays, you won the game 1-1. This is how I
Yes,
see it.
we did.
Spurs won that match 1-1, and we were just talking about it before. About is it a case of Spurs being good or Liverpool being bad? And I remember saying on the watch along that we did it was like watching 13th versus 14th.
Yeah.
Liverpool were dreadful, but you were better than 16th or 17th.
Yeah, I mean
Which means-
we can get into this. Hi, Uncle Laurie. Do you want to welcome Uncle Laurie first?
Yeah, no, I was going to do it in a second. I just thought,
Well, this
I've
could
not
be
seen you in a
this
couple
could
of
be a
weeks.
slightly longer section. So, what do
Yeah.
you want from me?
No, it was just
Have you
you
done
haven't brought
Rocket
it up.
Ranked?
Well,
You done
already?
Rocket Mobile?
No, I've not done it yet. I was going to do it in a second.
Oh my God!
I was just saying hello.
Do the Rocket Mobile. For
I was saying hello to you, Abbie.
Hello, my darling.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Laurie. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just watching you a little TED talk. It's good stuff.
It is good fun, but as Abbie mentioned, we've got a great deal on the table.
We've got a great
We have a
deal.
fantastic deal for you if you're looking for a new phone provider, or you pay too much for your phone. Rocket Mobile for just £16 a month, unlimited calls, text, data, and 20 gigs to use when you're in the EU. If you're going to away games, obviously a lot of English teams have home ties this week, interestingly. But if you're a Newcastle fan and you're heading to Barcelona in the next hour or so, then you're probably already there if you are watching. But £16 a month for unlimited calls, text, data, and 20 gigs to use in the EU whenever you're abroad, plus perks, content, and other prizes as soon as you make that switch. So either scan the QR code bottom right-hand side of your screen, or click the link in the description once the video ends if you're watching on YouTube to learn more about the fantastic deal. And as I mentioned, it's Champions League. Why is a Manchester United fan talking about Champions League again? Because I'm paid to. But we've got a lot of games coming on. Obviously, we talked yesterday about some of the games coming up, but the news recently, obviously, with the Man City Real Madrid game, Mbappe's back, he's travelled. I think Bellingham's travelled as well. And it's just not looking good for Manchester City at all. It's rough. It's very rough.
They're out. They're out.
They're so out.
They're out.
You seen that Kim escaped the country for the first leg?
I'm seeing Kim tonight. Kim is with me on tonight's
Is he
show.
back in England?
He's back in England. I couldn't believe they found him, in all honesty. But I haven't seen Kim for a very long time, and I've got bones to pick with him. He told me we'd be all right. He told me that the Sharks would be
So I'm not quite sure where Kim's been, but he spent the last like 2 weeks presenting, I think, a pool tournament in Central Europe.
I'll get some info.
Kim's
Whereabouts.
been miles and miles and miles away for all of
I'll
this
do some digging,
recently,
'cause I'm pretty
and City
sure
have been terrible.
He's going to be held to account. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. Can you please hold him to account tonight? Let him know that I personally want him to explain how bad Man City are.
I shall.
They have a final on the weekend, and they are playing like they have no idea how to play football
It's the final.
on Sunday, and they don't know. City don't know what they're doing on the football pitch at the minute.
Don't know what you're doing.
Do you want to say that louder?
You don't know what you're doing. It's amazing the mood point and the sun can put you in, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no. I
Crazy.
mean, I've always said I'm pretty sure I'm about 10% solar panel. Genuinely, like it is different gravy. Different gravy when the sun's out today.
Gravy. Do you enjoy it, Uncle Laurie?
Yeah, I did.
Different gravy outside today.
It's beautiful.
Unbelievable scene.
Yeah, and as I was saying to you before, I was on my run and I bumped into FJ. Even he looked delighted. Obviously, even after Liverpool have been terrible, he went on a massive rant yesterday, didn't he? He was like FJ is the most positive man in the world when it comes to Liverpool.
Yeah, he looked a bit crestfallen to say the least. He was
Yeah,
struggling,
and
wasn't he?
like. Liz, I think
struggling.
it's the Liverpool game is tomorrow, isn't it? So maybe he's got another 24 hours before it could all come very crashing down for them. But I mean, we may as well start and focus on the games tonight. We'll continue with the Real Madrid Man City game. I think because we all agree City are out pretty much. And Real Madrid will be better, I would say, than last week. Last week they scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Well, Valverde scored a hat-trick. They beat City 3-0. City looked good for about 10 minutes. Genuinely in that game.
I actually didn't watch the City game.
They were very, very good for the first 10 minutes. And then Real Madrid scored, and then City
Is
collapsed.
this at home or is this away?
But it's at the Etihad.
It's at the Etihad tonight. Okay, look, I think that last week, like I said, I was in Cheltenham, so I didn't really get to see a lot of the games on both nights. So I feel like from the highlights that City are a bit all over the place, but I do feel like at home 3-0, as ridiculous as it sounds, I do still think you're in the tie. I still think the Tottenham are in the tie, believe it or not. I still think the Chelsea are in the tie. I really do. So I wouldn't rule anything out when it comes to Champions League. The only thing is, obviously, with Madrid, it is kind of their competition. I do think that because of the history.
Yeah.
But City have just been such a mixed bag. Mixed bag.
I don't think it's City been a mixed bag this year. Like, so I'm in the group chat for the writers for AFTV's website, and they're all going on about how, like, our title's not really, it's not all there yet. It's not done till it's done. And I'm like, you guys, I do think Arsenal fans, maybe not necessarily you, but other Arsenal fans who are still panicking about the league title, giving City way too much credit here.
No way. Well,
These
I think you guys are what? Is it 9 points now?
like 9 points clear. They've still got City to play.
Because of the game
City
in
can't
hand.
win a game.
It's because of the game in hand and the fact that you've still got to go to the Etihad. That's why it's still technically on.
Yeah.
But I think anyone that understands how this league is going, anyone that has had the eye test of watching Manchester City this season knows that City are nowhere near it. Obviously, we've hoped, we've prayed, we've tried to manifest all of the above that City could actually do something and capitalise, and we've got within a couple points here and there at times, like where us neutrals think that we could have a proper title race. But realistically, at 9 points at this stage of the season, I can't see Arsenal slipping up, and I can't. Well, unless you do lose to City.
Well, we've got 8 games left. We probably have to lose 3 of those. Can you see that? I mean,
Well,
No.
do you know what it is? It's not even
You have to
necessarily
lose 3 of those, and City then also have to be flawless from now to the end
I
of the season.
can't imagine you losing 3, or even if you didn't lose 3, like picking up like 3 draws or something like that. I just can't see that happening, and I can't see that City would be perfect. We've been saying since like January, City have to be perfect from here on out if they're going to win the league. My only thing is, I think mentality-wise, which is what I've always said about Arsenal, let's say that City did go and win the Carabao Cup on Sunday, then like how does that affect your mentality? Like City again doing one over on you. Big cup final, it's the first one. I think no doubt if you win that, you win the league anyway. I think you do win the league regardless.
Yeah.
But it's
I
just
think
like
there's more jeopardy in that for City, because I think if we were to lose to City, which I have to say I can't see right now, but just say hypothetically we did, I think we would just use that as a spur to bounce back in the next game. Whereas if City lost that, then it's looking really bad for them, isn't it? it's looking like this season.
It is, but they could still come out of it with they could still win the FA Cup.
Yeah, I guess.
They could still win the FA Cup. But I think for City, like, I don't know, in a one-off cup game where you haven't got over the line yet, I don't know, I still probably sway more to City in that type of a fixture. Don't know why, I just do.
Why you would.
But
given their body of work.
Probably, yeah.
But I think Arsenal are really hyped for this game because you have to remember.
And you should be.
Yeah, we've not won the Carabao Cups
92, I think it was, yeah.
Something like
No,
that.
yeah, early
Too
90s.
long.
And you haven't won anything for 6 years.
That's right. And that, if you think about it, this will be our first trophy this season. We don't want to slip up on this one.
No.
Yeah, no, I do agree.
That's what I mean about the mentality.
And both teams as well have made the week leading up to this final much harder than it needed to be. Like when we were saying yesterday about the Arsenal game, they have to go full strength tomorrow night, Arsenal do.
Yeah, you do.
Like you have to go full strength because... Oh yeah, sorry, the game is tonight, isn't it? Like you have to go full strength tonight.
Yeah.
City have to go full strength tonight and play out of their absolute skin to have any chance. If City were to score a couple goals in the first 20 minutes, right, then that changes the tie completely. Honestly, wouldn't put it past Real Madrid conceding a couple goals as well early on because City should have scored. Haaland is... I don't even know how to talk about what's happening with Erling Haaland at the moment.
Missing is with Kim, apparently.
I don't.
Yeah, I think he actually is.
I think it's harsh to say that Haaland's gone missing when you look at, what is it, 22 goals this season?
Yes, but in the last couple of months.
No, of course he's not at the standard that he should be, and that's the standard that he set. I think that there must be something.
He must
be carrying
6 goals in his last 20 games.
I think he looks knackered every time I see him. I can't remember what the game was, or maybe it was the one against us, potentially. Like, we're going back a bit, but I think it must have been the one against us. Whenever I have watched him, I feel like he looks heavy, like touch is heavy. He looks tired. He looks lethargic. And I think that, again, comes with being... I know they've obviously brought in Semenyo, and I know that they've got Marmoush and stuff, but the quality of Erling Haaland and what his usual output is so phenomenal that I think that even when you come down a little bit of a level, you can massively see the difference.
Yeah.
Massively.
Despite the signing of Semenyo, which has obviously been an unqualified success, I think they are very dependent.
They are.
Haaland. And when he's obviously not playing and not playing well, you notice it so much.
Do you know
Whereas
what?
with Arsenal...
Yeah.
With Gyökeres, who's our number 9, we are not wholly dependent on him.
No.
Some people.
Well, I would argue you're not wholly dependent on your attack.
No, you're not. You're really not.
Really.
not.
Goals are spread very evenly throughout your side. So when you're talking about scoring goals, but that's been the thing about Arsenal for the last few seasons is you've not had a number 9. You scored 100 goals, but it was like I think a few seasons ago you scored 100 goals. It was that because 6 of your players got at least 10.
Yeah.
Where normally with Man City it's always just been Haaland gets 40 and everyone else chips in with about 5. But it could also very much be the game where Erling Haaland gets back to running and because it's like as much as we can say Man City are out, their chance of going through, I think what we gave them 5%. I think we said yesterday.
It's very.
It was about. It was like a 1 in 20 chance of going through.
At least 3 goals without reply from Madrid and score 4 to win it.
I would be so surprised if City don't score at least 2. Because they're at home. Like, do you remember, because the home ties for Man City as well in the last few seasons in the Champions League have been mad. The games at the Etihad have always been kind of crazy. Obviously, the one that comes to mind more than anything is the Spurs tie.
Yeah.
From that one, I know that was about 6 years ago now. But that absolute madness of a tie when you went through against City at the Etihad, where it was like the goal was disallowed and it was like VAR's first season, and it was like the first time we'd seen VAR like completely kill a mood because it was offside, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, they've also been knocked out by Real Madrid the last 2 times. I think in this competition is the last 2 seasons Man City have been knocked out by Real Madrid.
Like Abbie said, Real Madrid have a habit of making this competition their own, and things are not going for them in La Liga that great. So they're looking at this as one to win this season. And I just can't see them slipping.
What does it mean for Pep? They lose this game, then let's say then they lose against you in the Carabao Cup final. Obviously, I know you don't know if you want to jinx it or not or talk about it, but let's say City get knocked out today, and then they also lose the Carabao Cup final. Does that make Pep more or less likely to stay, do you think?
I feel like we've had this conversation a couple of times this season, and
we have, but I don't think it's ever been so teetering on the point of it's not really a hypothetical at this
Pep
point.
has always said he won't leave City if they're not in a good position. Obviously, he's still got another year left on that deal that he signed. I think he should have left without signing that deal. I think he should have left after they did what they did with the 4P. I think they should have gone. So for me, I'm like, are City in a good enough position at this point where and stable enough position where he could leave, I think he sees out the next year of his contract. Personally,
I'm inclined to agree with that. I think somebody like him, who's been such a great manager, you want to leave a legacy there that will live for a long time. You won't necessarily want to go out on a bad note.
I think them losing makes it more likely.
Yeah.
So if they were to turn it around against Real Madrid and somehow win the Champions League, I think that would make him more likely to leave.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, won the Champions League, I'm going to bow out on a high, final game, cheerio. Where like Sir Alex Ferguson didn't leave the season before he eventually left because Man City won the league in the 96th minute, whatever it was, against QPR, 94th minute. He stayed and was like, I'm not going to leave on that.
Yeah.
Whereas, and then obviously they won the league next season. We won the league the season after. Yeah. Then he was like, now I'm going to bow out.
I think that if you go back to last season, the fall off from Manchester City, I think that if you look at who they'd signed, I think that summer, it was pretty disappointing by their standards of that. And I think that they probably didn't realise maybe how stale that squad had gone. And obviously they tried to do it in probably about 3 windows. They spent a lot of money in 3 windows. But it does take time to rebuild kind of the super squad that they've had over the years, and the squad that was so incredibly successful.
Yeah.
If you look at Arsenal, obviously now you have a squad that is able to compete on multiple fronts because it's taken a long time to build that. It's taken a lot of money, a lot of windows, and a lot of time and effort to be able to build that. City are in their stage of a rebuild, the same way that Liverpool are in their stage of a rebuild at a different level at the moment. But it is. If you look at the players that left out of Liverpool last season, look at the players that left out of City over the last couple of seasons, it does take time to get back to a place, which is why, realistically, this season in particular, it absolutely should be yours because you are, as I think it was Salah that said it at the start of the season, you are the most consistent. You are the ones that are in that prime where your squad has been built, and you've got those two different squads. I'm not saying that City haven't spent a lot of money, but just because you've spent a lot of money the same way that Liverpool has, in my opinion, that does take time to then set and reset and go again, and it takes years of having consistency. Liverpool have obviously had a different manager. I know they're not happy with Arne Slot. They'll probably change again. City with Pep, just because he's Pep, it doesn't mean it. You know, every single player comes in and hits the ground running. I think that for them, what I realised when they sold Julian Alvarez, I think that was a massive oversight from them.
Huge
in terms of the link-up play.
I think they almost had to let him go, though, weren't they?
Maybe because he wanted more,
yeah,
but I think that I saw that as a very big miss to them in the way that he brought players into it and brought Erling Haaland into it, and you just had a very good backup. That's not to say that Marmoush isn't a good backup, but I do think there is a difference between Marmoush, and I think there's a difference between the type of player that Alvarez is.
Definitely.
Next season, Semenyo and Marmoush and Haaland, whoever else they sign, I think we'll see more of them. I also think Rodri, last season, obviously what happened to him coming back this season, he's not the same Rodri, in my opinion, that he was before such a massive injury. And it's a shame because Rodri was such a joy to watch, and he was so important to Manchester City. So I actually think that's an area that I know they've brought in other players that can do that job, but they're not Rodri. They're not Rodri.
Yeah, I hear it. And they did bring in Nico Gonzalez, who actually was pretty good at holding down when Rodri was missing. Actually,
but he's not Rodri.
But I think anyone is the issue is that how do you replace
even Rodri's not Rodri?
No,
he's not.
Nico O'Reilly's been great as well, but I think it just takes time.
I like O'Reilly.
It's a new City team, and I think when we all
they're
are
in transition.
Yeah, and I think when everyone takes their 115 charges, blah blah blah, hat off, I think that it's quite easy to see why City.
That's another thing that could factor into whether Pep decides to stay, because if you get, say, for example, in the close season, they decide to actually get to grips and start dealing with that, and then they decide to issue a sanction, which might make it difficult for Pep to win the title next year. He may then look at it and think, you know what, I'm swimming up against a tide here. It might be a good time for me to...
I think someone did a comparison between the charges that Chelsea have just had versus, obviously, the continual 115 charges that Man City are yet to be charged for in whatever. And it was basically like... it would be equivalent of what Chelsea did versus what City did. If you extrapolated it, would be £100 million fine for Man City and a 4-year transfer ban.
And I can't see a word where there's not a points deduction, given what we've seen with other clubs.
I can't imagine it happening. This has been going on.
It's been so long now that I've kind of just accepted that they're going to get away with something.
No, but at some point they have to consider it, don't they? Surely.
Can't see it happening.
I think something will happen and it'll be really underwhelming because City will have spent so much money fighting it, and there'll be a settlement in the middle where they'll basically not admit to wrongdoing. Something like that. And they'll get a 2-year transfer ban.
Yeah, I could see some
5
kind of
point
plea
deduction
bargain,
or something.
If you plead guilty to this and take a lesser charge. And score
predictions for the City versus Real Madrid game, because I can see City winning. and I can possibly even see something like a 3-1 Man City. But it will be maybe Man City will get close to the idea of coming back, and then they won't be able to do it. Like Mbappe will pop up in the 60th minute.
But when I heard that Bellingham and Mbappe were coming back, I thought, no, I can't even see Real Madrid losing. In fact, the most I'll give City is a 2-2 draw on this one.
Interesting. I do think I'm going to 2-1 or 3-1, around something like that. I think depends on who turns up for Real Madrid on the day. Because if Real Madrid have an off day, because their players are they have off days. Real Madrid team.
I would go 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
ATF has said in the comments, because I do want to get your thoughts on this. He says, Dylan, ask Abbie about the wearing other teams' shirts debate you had yesterday with Laurie.
I didn't watch it yesterday.
So yesterday I came in with a Juventus kit on because I'd been at the gym before. I just put on a football shirt.
No, I like the way you try and make it sound entirely random. Like you obviously put that in your gym bag to wear after.
No, I wore it at the gym. I was at the gym doing a chest day with a Juventus kit on. Then
so you telling me you didn't change your shirt?
No, I didn't actually, because I came straight here.
Man,
no,
that's
I know
even
it was a bad
In
day.
fairness, I do come here straight from the gym a lot. So
but basically,
I hope you had a shower.
Laurie, in between, there's no shower in this studio. I would have if there was a shower here. I probably would have, but I had no time to. But.
Don't worry about it. I'm coming in here and I stink as well.
But no comment. But basically the debate we had was, would you wear another team's top? Because I said I would, or I do. I mean, I'm wearing a Real Madrid kit right now, mainly that's because they're playing Man City, and because Kim was initially going to be here, but he's obviously with you guys instead, and I wanted to annoy him. But I said I would for a non-English team.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't see it as an issue. But and then obviously Laurie was like, you wouldn't see him in anything other than Arsenal unless it was England or Jamaica.
I did make one exception. I would wear the replica shirt of another club if they were some kind of obscure. Like, say, I went on holiday to.
Like, if you went to Brazil and you wore like.
And I picked up a Palmeiras shirt or something like that, then possibly.
Yeah, or you said Enfield, didn't you? You said
Enfield.
Wear an Enfield.
My local
kit.
club.
Yeah. I didn't know Enfield was your local club.
Yeah, I live in Enfield, yeah.
I absolutely did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know you were from Enns.
Yeah.
Funny.
So,
had absolutely
possibly
no idea.
an Enfield town top. Or an obscure shirt, like say I went on holiday to Jamaica and...
But we'd never see you in like an AC Milan kit, for example.
No, none of those top European clubs, no. Hell no.
Fair enough. Would you?
Because I think there's a conflict of interest.
My view on it is I wouldn't wear another Premier League club. I know lots of people like to say I've worn a City shirt. I've laid it across me. Like say I've laid a Palace one on top of me, but it's like... It's for jokes. That's for jokes. It's not.
But you wouldn't go out and buy one.
It's for work.
Well, it's for work purposes,
for work.
guys. It's for the content, okay? And lots of what we do here is for
in the contract.
No, I've worn a Bayern shirt, and I would. I remember when Bale signed for Madrid, I had a Bale shirt because I loved the player. Don't love that Real Madrid always nicked our best players, but still. I'm not like tied to that. I would wear a European club shirt and stuff like that. I wouldn't wear another Premier League club shirt.
If I see a kit I like and it wasn't someone that was a direct right. So let's say we were playing Real Madrid, I wouldn't be wearing this top at all. Probably not for the entire season. Like if we were playing Juventus, I obviously wouldn't.
So you've doubled down essentially then on our debate. So you've worn a Real Madrid top today. Double down on what you did yesterday.
Well, I said on yesterday's show that I'd wear a Real Madrid kit today. And, I'm true to my word. I also just like the kit. I got offered it for free, and I was like,
No, you can like a kit, but buying it and putting it on your person and wearing it out in public?
I don't know. I don't have like an allegiance to that, because I also think like...
it is also specifically, this is a Valverde kit, by the way. It's got Valverde on the back, and I love Valverde as a player.
I get it from a thing. It's like you could play them and whatever, but it's like... Well, they're not going to play him anytime soon. Maybe next season. But like I was about to say.
Yeah,
and this will be
what compared to you.
Well, I'm
unless you win the Champions League.
Still in it currently. But yeah, I think I'm just looking like, would I wear? I would wear a Bayern shirt. I'd wear a Madrid shirt. But yeah, it just doesn't bother me. But I understand people are very touchy and people are very emotional about certain things. So yeah,
fair enough.
Less I say.
But let's move over to Arsenal now, because as we were saying yesterday, Arsenal will have to play a much better team tonight than you would have otherwise wanted to, right? Let's say you'd beat them 3-0, you'd be able to maybe rest one of Gabriel or Saliba. You'd maybe be able to rest Supermendy, who's been playing an unlimited amount of minutes, it seems, this season, or Declan Rice, or maybe you would have rested one of Saka or Martinelli, etc. But you can't today.
Yeah. Obviously, I'll tell you what we do need to do is put in a much better performance than we put in.
Because this is a question I was going to ask you. Because let's say you do go through, but it's another one of the games like last week that I'm assuming even if you go through, that wouldn't necessarily make you too happy, considering that you have such a huge, probably Arteta's, I'd argue, biggest game in 5 years is on Sunday. I'd argue, or since he's been at Arsenal. In terms of like the consequences it could be.
Yeah, I wouldn't dispute that, to be honest.
Like, this is what I mean. It's such a huge game. This is Arsenal's biggest game in possibly half a decade. And you have not been putting in amazing... but results is one thing, but performances is another. Like, I've been complaining about United's performances for last month. I think we've not had enough intensity in half of our games. Or it's like it's taken too long for us to kick into gear. It's a game that you would have wanted to avoid in this match in playing all your big players and your key players.
Yeah, technically,
You've
yeah.
got no choice but to play them.
I think the whole thing with the Max Dowman, sensational although it was, it did kind of hide the fact that for large spells of that game, we wasn't.
It took you 89 minutes to score against Everton.
But I also have to give credit to Everton. I mean, myself and Christian Ty, big up Christian, we were going back and forth on the watch along we did because I had the temerity to suggest that Everton were playing well.
I'm going to need to Google that one.
You like that one?
I actually need to Google that one. Excessive confidence or boldness / audacity.
I had the gall, if you like.
The goal.
To say that I thought Everton, and he shouted me down saying Everton were SHIT and that we should be pumping them 3-4. And I said, no, Everton were on a good little run of form. I mean, the week before they'd gone to Newcastle and beaten them. I think they'd beaten Villa. Everton on their day are a decent side. Okay, they were missing Tarkowski and Brantwaite, but even so, they played well on Saturday. They made it difficult for us. And we ended the game on a high, obviously. Max Dowman came in and did tremendously well. But we have to be honest and say that prior to that, we huffed and scuffed. We didn't really put in a performance that was, really good. And it had been that way for the previous 3 or 4 weeks. In fact, I said on that show that you have to go back to the Tottenham game, believe it or not, for Arsenal to be really firing on.
That's the last dominant display, I would say.
Like I said to you at the
good
time,
word.
Don't take. I said,
and
take that game
and even that, in hindsight, we can't really dine out on that because let's face it. Although having said that, you did go to Liverpool. And,
we'll get to it.
but you know what I'm saying? We hadn't set the world alight. We were winning, but we're eking out results.
But it's also like that happens to so many big clubs.
It does,
clubs
especially at this time of the season.
Yeah, but this time of the season. I do think to a certain extent, obviously last week we spoke about the fact that no English teams won. Well, every English team lost. 2 of them lost 5-2. Like 3 of them have got 3 goal deficits now, apart from Newcastle, the one team were at home. Played well against Barcelona, was so unlucky to not get the 3 points. We'll say 3 points, sorry, the 1-0 advantage or even 2-0 advantage that day. But I think it is a case of not the Premier League suffering from its own sports. It's not success, but its own
intensity.
The best way. It's its own intensity and its own quality.
Yeah.
Is that it's causing English teams to have to give and take.
I think it's probably more the intensity rather than the quality, to be honest, because.
But is high intensity not part of the quality of the Premier League?
Not really.
Being able to do it
I think you can differentiate
at such a high level.
You can differentiate between intensity and quality. Intensity means that the games are hard fought. There's a lot of running, a lot of tackling, a lot of physicality. Doesn't always mean there's a whole lot of quality. But what I would say, over a long season, what we're at match week 30 now, you're starting to see it. Pretty much all the teams are showing signs of fatigue, tiredness. You can even see it in some of the errors that are being made by players that earlier on in the season you simply wouldn't see. So you've seen Zubimendi over the past 3 or 4 weeks give the ball away. When he first started the season, that was what people were holding him up as, that great example of how to retain possession and bring the ball forward and look good. Now, not so much. But hey, it is what it is. We all know what the season entails. It is what it is, so you just got to get on with it. But we will need to improve tonight. But one thing I am confident of is that given what happened on Saturday and the way we won the game, there is a certain vibe, a momentum now. You saw even at the end of the match, you even saw Arteta doing a little mini Jurgen Klopp. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
He was doing that and getting really animated. The vibe was that everyone's thinking, right, that's it now.
Well, because I think it was a huge release of tension.
Yeah,
it was, because Everton also, they've been better away from home than they have it at home this season. They were good in that game, Everton.
Yeah, they were.
They deserved their flowers for playing a very, very good
they
kind of state of football.
But what I'm saying, having got the win now, especially in the manner that we got it, I'm thinking that, especially at home tonight against Leverkusen, you will see a boost that hopefully will enable us to beat them.
Be fine.
I think you'll be fine.
Shocked if you weren't.
I would be really.
Did take a little dive, didn't it, last week?
Well, there was contact.
No, it was dive. Come on. Let's just call it what it is.
No, I'm not going to call it a dive.
Let's say what
I'm going to say it was a.
I'm staying.
It's
out
what
of
I
this, man,
call.
because
I christen that.
We had so much drama on this over the course
It's
of like
what I
two
call
shows.
a woke penalty, insofar as it's quite soft.
It's nonsensical.
But there was
What, a pen?
contact made.
Bills at the same time, their goal scorer should have been sent off.
Yeah, fine.
Leverkusen's goal scorer. It was just a mess.
Should have had a penalty on Saturday as well.
The way I see this get on Havertz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
was a
that
stone
actually
wall.
was a clear
Well, who's
penalty.
evening it out?
Well, that's
You
something
win
that-
some, you lose
You know
some.
what? You're right. That's something that I've said when I hear people like Ty, big up Ty, and Marty, he's another one. They're on this conspiracy theory. And I'll say, look.
I don't think there's a
No,
conspiracy.
there's no
eventually,
conspiracy
not
theory.
my
They are
God,
just-
not this shit.
No, that's what they say. I'm saying I don't
You're
believe
getting
in
everything.
conspiracy as far as football's
So
concerned.
damn it.
The reason that there's talk of a conspiracy is very plain and obvious. It's the referees aren't good enough.
Exactly.
That's it.
Oh, we're not getting into the
yeah, we won't get into it, but that for
No,
me,
but I don't
I've always
subscribe
said
to that.
that is,
I don't
I
subscribe
just
to
think
that.
I just think that they're not good enough. I do. So my prediction for this Arsenal game though will be I do think it will be an Arsenal win,
2-0.
but it'll be something like last week.
No, I think we'll play better tonight.
You'll play better, but I think Leverkusen will come with a plan. They've got good players. I know Kenya's a massive fan of Grimaldo, for example.
Yeah.
She adores Grimaldo. And to be fair, last time she told me that he did really, really well, and he actually played quite well against you last week.
Yeah, he did.
I think it'll be a 2-1.
I'm
I
going
think.
for 2-0 because, like I said, I think the vibes tonight will be off the chain, and I think that'll get us through it.
Yeah, my mum's going to the game actually tonight.
Really? Yeah.
She's got.
She Arsenal supporter.
She's an Arsenal fan, yeah.
Wow.
My whole family.
What happened to you then?
But not me. Well, it's because I got into football through my mates, and my mates were all United fans, and then
Family
they then
should
got into
disown
football.
you, man.
Glory hunter.
Wow, that's crazy. She said she would if I was a Spurs fan.
Yeah,
she said
right.
she can just about accept Man United, but she said if I was a Spurs fan, it'd be too far.
I tell you what, you wouldn't pick this life.
No,
You should have gone into
I
it.
really wouldn't.
I'd love to know who picked it, like who actually had the option. I didn't. I was born into it.
Born into it.
Yeah.
Have you called up and asked, why'd you make me a Spurs fan? Like expressions.
No, because I don't talk to my dad. So,
Fair enough.
but if I had
Man, that
spoken to
clip.
him, that would have been a good enough reason to.
Mate, that expressions clip is still one of.
But I understood it.
All
and
of them are
I
my
really
favourite.
did understand that clip from him.
Oh yeah, no, I felt it as well. The other fun game I guess we've got tonight is Chelsea PSG, and Chelsea are going to get smoked here. I would like out of Chelsea and City, I'd give City at least the tiniest little bit of a chance to get something in this game and
I
try and
think
get
it's
back
about
into
the
it.
same.
Chelsea's game. No, I mean you
think
saw
it's
the
about
rant I went on yesterday about Chelsea.
Well, you saw the rant I went on about Rosenior.
Yeah, well, we kind of had the same conversation. I basically just went, I think Chelsea's players are so unserious. They are so unserious.
Chelsea's an unserious football.
They are
team.
so they're not serious.
I really like Liam Rosenior. I really like him. He, from a comedic standpoint, he is just.
See, that's the
Is this what it was like when
That's
we
the
had
problem.
Ruben Amorim?
Is
Is this what it was like?
He's Amorim-esque, but like
He is
he's just
Amorim-esque.
jokes. Like I don't obviously he doesn't mean to be funny, but like
You know the
it's
thing
just-
about
Are you
Rosenior-
sure he doesn't mean to be
No,
funny?
do you think he means to be funny?
No,
Do you think
not
he's
at all.
dead serious?
That's the problem with him. He takes himself way too seriously. Listen, I really wanted the guy to do well for obvious reasons. He's a person of colour. He's one of the few Premier League managers of that.
And how many times
him
have
and
we said we
Nuno.
want to see
a young British manager
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we want
But
to see younger
unfortunately,
managers as well.
his ego just keeps getting in the way. He keeps coming out of all this stuff.
Do you
You're like,
think
bro,
his ego? I just think it's like
I do.
just think
I
that's
really
just who
do.
he is. It's just who we are, mate. Like
Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's who he is. You know what they say? It's a
I
bit
don't
like
think
when
it's an ego thing.
you know when you know how I liken it to. You know what they say that when you get a lot of money, it doesn't change who you are. It just brings to the fore what you are more. Yeah, I think that's the case with him. I think he's very egotistical,
do you?
and the fact that he's in this Chelsea job now, where there's so much publicity and hype around you.
Yeah.
He's been kind of exposed a little bit because he keeps coming out of this stuff.
See,
like, bro, just get on with managing the football.
He's aging men, Laurie. He's aging.
don't even get me started on that.
I don't see. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see ego in him or anything like that. I think
you don't. Not with all this silly stuff, like the penalty stuff.
I think he's probably a great guy. Like, I think he's probably a very nice, wholesome man. In all honesty, I think that's just how he is and who he is. I think if you look back at his time at Strasbourg, he was coming out with there were similar quotes. The aging men thing he was doing there. Like,
by the way, I think
that's just
that quote got me about 6 million views on Twitter. So I'll thank him for that one.
It's the best. Like, you know, aging men and all that jazz and just
the penalty. Centre spot.
The centre spot thing I think was insane, but I don't put that down to him. I think the players had the idea.
Dylan.
The players had the idea, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, I don't really care."
They want to respect the ball.
You go do your huddle.
Listen, Reece James tried to own it, but I think that came from him. I honestly think that came from the man.
What, the idea to huddle the centre circle?
Yeah.
No, but I don't think he said to them, "Go surround the referee."
No, but I think the referee just did that, and then they did it anyway. I think he was foolish as well to get involved in that.
Yeah, the referee's a whole other thing, but I just think the entire everything about Chelsea at the moment, like on the pitch,
even the stuff he did when he came to our place and he was moaning about the players doing the warm-ups and encroaching into their half. I mean, there's much more stuff to worry about.
But that isn't new. Managers complaining about stuff like that happens all the time. Jurgen Klopp's so famous for it. Like, just moaning about the littlest thing.
But here's the issue. This kind of gives rise to what I was chatting about yesterday. He ain't no Jurgen Klopp, bro. You have to kind of earn that status in football or any other sport at the top level before you start running your mouth. You got to earn it, yeah? So Sir Alex was famous for his rants and whatever he did and the mind games and all that. But you had to wait until he was an established winner of trophies and had that reputation. Once you start running your mouth and you're not done nothing yet, people just look at you and think, "Yo, come on, man." And that's what I'd like him to do. I'm sure he's a very good manager. And I want him to do well, but please just stop the histrionics and the nonsense.
He's not a typical Chelsea manager by any stretch. And he's never going to be a typical Chelsea manager as we know it to be. So...
But rein it in a bit,
if Rosenior was at Brentford, or if he was at Bournemouth, or if he was at Brighton, I don't think any of us would bat an eyelid. We'd probably say, "Lol, he's jokes." But because it's Chelsea, and I think the pressure that comes with being a Chelsea manager there's probably so much more scrutiny on him.
And the standards, do you think?
No, but you say that, but when Ursula went on his little rant, which he's now apologised for, by the way.
I thought it was bang on.
But you saw what that happened to him. Because they lost the game and everyone just started clowning him. You have to, in other words, what I'm saying, when you do these things, these eccentric, idiosyncratic stuff, right, you kind of have to do it from a position of strength. Because if you're not winning, managers are paid to win games. Mm-hmm. If you're not winning games and you're doing all this extra stuff, people think, yo, just get on with doing what you're doing. You kind of invite your likes of your Rory Jennings to start outing you in public.
Rory catching strays.
Rory was on him, man. But if you notice that Rory come for him when they lost, right? That's what happens. If you're not winning games, then you're doing all this extra
stuff.
If
you're winning games, it's fine. But
it's fine.
It was the fact that they did the huddle around the referee. The referee then just stood there and didn't do it. Didn't try and leave the circle. He just kind of accepted it in the way that, I think Matisse's facial expressions when you guys surrounded him, he captured it perfectly because he was so done with it. But obviously Matisse can't do anything about it because you guys wouldn't have let him leave the circle. But if the referee had just gone, you lot move. I think refs can give yellow cards out now before and after games. Yeah. I think they can also give out red cards before, like within 15 minutes of kickoff or something. It's something like that. Why? If the ref said move and they didn't let him move, the ref could have just carded.
No, but I also think if that's what they want to do before the game's kicked off, then why isn't the ref moving?
That's what I mean. Like the ref didn't. They started moving, and the ref just stayed there.
Yeah, but that's on the ref. That's not on Chelsea.
No, I know, but I'm saying that partly the ref. I don't know why he decided to stay there. But secondly, it's just embarrassing.
Respect the ball, mate.
When Jose rocked up at Chelsea and he did I'm a special and all this lot, he had a body of work behind him. But even then, people weren't convinced. But even then, people weren't convinced because I thought, okay, you've done that, but you haven't done that here.
Okay.
Right? But after a while, he grew into that and became a legend. What I'm saying to Liam Rosenior, with respect, is you're nowhere near that.
You're just saying he's just not that guy.
That when Jose Mourinho rocked up, yes, okay, he'd done what he'd done at Porto. But what he hadn't achieved what he'd achieved yet with Chelsea. Same way that when the reporter asked Ange, about winning things, and they were trying to, take the piss out of him. He said, I always win things in my second season. And that was the tagline that carried through the whole of last season, because everyone thought he wouldn't do it. And he did it.
He did it in the end.
I do think that there is a thing with managers. Every manager does have an ego, of course, like same way that every human being has an ego. Some are more narcissistic than others, obviously. But I do think that if you are going to be a manager of a football club, I think you have your way of doing things. I think you have your style, your personality, whatever, and that does come out. We do like managers that have personality and give up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I do think.
But you don't think he's doing too much too early?
I just think that that's him.
I
really
think
don't
he's
think he's
being
doing anything other than him.
He's being very unapologetically himself.
Yeah.
Which is, it's just, I do think it's just kind of the type of guy he is, because it's not like we didn't see it coming in the way that we saw the interviews before they kicked the ball. We saw what he was like at Strasbourg. This is what it like, and it's the same thing that happened with Ruben Amorim.
He's showing.
We knew exactly what Ruben Amorim was in the media, the way he worked, the way on the touchline he was. It's not like he decided to buy all the Monclizzi before, as soon as he got paid by United. It was already in his locker. It was already there.
He turned up in the Monclizzi. He turned up in the Dior. He turned up in the Prada.
And all we are is seeing it. But the thing is,
But no one had an issue with that. Is when he started making some of these statements.
No one had an issue with it at the beginning when he rocked up and they said, look at the drip on him, look at the swag, yada, yada, yada. The man couldn't win 2 games back to back. At least Rossini has done that.
Yeah. But what I would say about Rosenior, like, wind your neck in, win some games, and
You're
then...
really not on this Rossini thing.
No, I want him to do well. Honestly, I honestly want him to do well.
But do you just not really like him?
It's deeper than football for me. I want him to pave the way for not just black managers, but British managers as well. So I'm invested in him up to a point. Obviously,
I'm right in saying that an English manager is yet to win the Prem, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it's good to see a British manager, especially a British manager of colour. Yeah. And I remember watching his dad play. So I'm actually wanting him to do well.
I remember watching him play.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, FA Cup final.
Well, he played for Hull against us in the FA Cup final. But I remember watching his dad play for West Ham. What I'm saying is, right, okay, so had they won that game on Saturday against Newcastle, there probably wouldn't have been all the fuss about what he said. He wouldn't be mentioned, but not in the same way. What I'm saying,
is just so embarrassing.
Exactly.
They set themselves up there. They set a trap for themselves and fell straight into it.
Win games and talk less.
And they've decided they're not going to do it
How
again,
about
by
that?
the way. Yeah.
Win more games, do less talking.
But talking about winning games, I don't know about tonight. I don't think they're going through, but also I don't even think they're going to win this game at Stamford Bridge across the 90 minutes against PSG.
Oh, no.
Tonight.
I think this might be 2-2 tonight.
I said 2-2 for the first leg, and then I watched Kvaratskhelia come on and just destroy them. He will start tonight. Dembele was still great. Barcola looked really good. Vitinha, Neves looked great. Like Marquinhos was very good against them as well.
They're the reigning champs.
They are reigning champions. Obviously, that doesn't really apply to Liverpool in the Premier League.
I think that Chelsea. I think it'll be 2-2.
I can see PSG also winning this game like 3-1. It's the same thing PSG did last year.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. They were pretty poor in the league phase. I was about to say group stage. RIP group stages. Very good in the league phase. Like, yeah, James is out. Fofana apparently out as well. Chelsea's team news keeps getting leaked as well. Like, I mean, I used to see it. I mean, Garnacho left us, and our team just suddenly stopped being leaked. And obviously, he's joined Chelsea now, and they started being leaked. But that's all I can say. But I can see this being like 3-1
Garnacho must
even
be one
on
of
the
the
night.
most disliked players in the whole of
He gets booed by everybody.
Yeah, he does,
but players also, people that have just like no beef with him. Like they go whenever they go and play championship
Maybe he's got
teams.
one of those annoying faces that people just think.
I think
I don't personally think so.
I think his personality is a bit grating.
You know
is
what
the
it
best way
is,
to put
right?
it.
He's a bit immature. That's what it is. He is a very good player. He's got lots of talent. I think he's immature, and it comes over, even in the way he celebrates goals and stuff like that. He just does little niggly things that irritate people.
He's a pantomime villain, is the way I'll put it. Like, because obviously he grew up idolizing Ronaldo over. Like, he used to just come on and he used to have his shorts going. Like, he'd come on in games and his shorts would be down slightly, so you could see that he was wearing CR7 underwear. Yeah. Like on a number of genuinely, is that every single game in his first season? And I think, like, obviously because Ronaldo is the pantomime villain. Right, across football, he's kind of played that role for years and years and years.
But he's a person that's earned the right.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Garnacho, I think, has played that role. He's obviously got his like all the tattoos, the prison break tattoos and everything all over.
We love the prison break tattoos.
I'm not a massive fan of.
tattoo guy?
No. Specifically having.
What's Prison Break tattoo?
You know Michael Scofield from Prison Break. Have you watched Prison Break?
No.
No,
Right.
it's great series.
Great series.
But it's having teabag as a tattoo. I have a bit of an issue with.
Who has teabags as a tattoo?
Garnacho. He's got teabag and then the two brothers.
That's mental.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when you've got
That is joke.
teabag, it's just kind of.
Uncle Rory's not going to get this because
No.
I've
I'm
seen
not
it.
gonna know.
But having teabags as a tattoo is actually hilarious.
I'm not sure I can explain why on camera,
No, you can't,
why
don't you?
it's such a bad thing. I'll explain once the show ends.
Also, but amazing actor, by the way, who played Teabag.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Very
he's
good.
fantastic.
But
Oh my lord.
What
It's your
a-
favourite
yeah.
second team now, look.
Well, Bodo.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my favourite team.
Is it?
Yeah. I fully
just
wear
your
a Bodo.
Is that
favourite
just because
team.
you
Yeah.
Yeah.
beat them last season?
No, I just feel like this connection to Bodo. Like, obviously, we went through it together last season, and I'm just happy for them. Everyone said the way you got to the final, like you won't play teams like Bodo in the Champions League. Well,
Well, we could
you're
have
not
them
laughing
next.
now.
You know,
could have
you know, one of the comments yesterday. Actually, I didn't read it out, but I found it so interesting. One of the comments yesterday said that they've actually spent the last 6 months being trained by a military psychologist to get into the mentality that they can win the Champions League.
Really?
Bodo,
Love nothing.
which is I think, but that's attributed to part of the reason why they are just so damn good.
Well, it's that thing again, isn't it? I mean, by clubs, I mean, people have laughed at Arteta, including myself, of introducing these little things to get that little
Yeah, because it
percentage
never
out of your
actually
team.
worked.
The
When-
RAF pilots.
When he stood there with the light bulb, or when he stood
Yeah.
there and played the You Never Walk Alone, and then got done.
But if
4-0.
if we do go on to win things, then he'll look back and say, well, "Look, you laughed at me at the time, but look, it's
Do
working."
you see a rabbit or a duck?
Neither.
Everyone needs to see the rabbit.
Some of the stuff was a bit corny, like the pickpocket stuff, win the dog, and other
Don't be
things.
nasty to win the dog. Win the dog's the best thing that ever happened. Poor-
I thought it was a
poor
bit
dog.
corny, but hey, listen,
Poor dog.
it is what it is.
Yeah, but score. Yeah, so you got score predictions for. So you said 2-2 for Chelsea PSG. I said 3-1
PSG,
PSG. You
2-1
said
PSG.
2-1 PSG.
Better
And
team.
final game of tonight, we are just about to kick off. We can see it on the screen behind the camera, is Sporting Bodo Glimt. I wouldn't be surprised if Bodo went on to win this game as well, like 2-1.
Well, they 3-0 up from the first
3-0
leg.
up from the first leg.
Unbelievable. I think the Sporting at home will probably get themselves into it a little bit, but I'm gonna back Bodo. all
Yeah,
the way.
man.
Yeah.
I think Bodo Arsenal would be such a great tie across
Yeah, it
the
will.
two legs.
Enjoy that pitch.
That
Well,
would be all
he
right.
was saying it doesn't really mean much.
No,
I was saying I think the Astro pitch means a lot.
I mean, City
Did I
got
say
absolutely
that?
taken
Yeah,
apart.
well, I was saying,
didn't
I was
mean
saying,
much.
no, as in
It
like
means a lot.
I said, I think it gives them a huge home advantage compared to
Massive.
teams that don't play on Astro, and you were like, don't give them that much
Oh, it's huge,
credit.
Huge.
No, I was saying that I didn't want that to detract away from the good work because they've had to go away to games as well.
Yeah,
Oh no, it doesn't take
Yeah.
away from it. But I'm
Yeah.
saying
No,
teams that go to Bodo playing on that type of pitch, of course it affects.
it's.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of seasons. I can't remember who
to
we
be
played
fair,
a few seasons
last
ago,
time we
but-
played Bodo on their pitch, we beat them 3-0.
Yeah, but that wasn't this Bodo. This Bodo's
true.
crazy. They are so much fun to
Hopefully
watch.
it continues. I love seeing stories like this
Yeah.
of like complete underdogs.
It's
They are the
so
most
much fun.
underdog.
It's so much fun. Like a few seasons ago, it would. Oh, yeah, it's great fun. But I'd go 2-1 Bodo. Did you give a score prediction, Abby?
No, I just said Bodo win.
But would you have a score prediction? Why don't you buy a Bodo kit,
I might.
for especially if they play Arsenal next round? You've got to do it. It's got to be done.
Where should we even get a Bodo kit from?
Buy them online.
How much?
Surely.
Tell me how much.
See if I can buy a Bodo kit.
I
Have
don't
you
think so.
got
I
a
don't wanna jinx
score
them.
prediction?
In this game, I'll go for a draw.
I don't really want to. I don't want to jinx them by putting my Spursiness on them.
You're going to go for a draw, but fair enough. But Bodo to go through, and then
Yeah,
next-
so I was right. With the last time we played them, we beat them 3-0. That was at our place. When we played them on their ground, that was back in 22-23. We beat them 1-0 at their place.
They're not the same Bodo.
We're not the same Arsenal.
True.
yeah.
So
Oh, you can get some really funny Bodo stuff.
What can you get?
Bo-
With the minion.
Look at that Bodo Christmas jumper. You can get
Are they expensive?
you can get baby bibs.
Ew. I don't have a baby, but yeah.
To be fair, they're about €40.
Done him there. Oh.
The kit is €100. Sorry,
They're 80 quid. Same.
that's crazy.
you know why that is though? Is because it's not.
It would
popular.
be With those. It's about the same thing, no?
Is it?
Fair enough.
Thank
But games tomorrow. I mean, obviously Spurs. So you said
Yeah.
you reckon Spurs still got a shout in this game tomorrow?
Sorry.
Do you want me to do that one again?
Yeah, go on.
Right. Okay. Rewind. So, Abby, you said that you reckon Spurs. You okay?
Look. Do I think that Tottenham will actually win this game? Probs not. But the way I look at it is that Spurs in Europe we're a different kettle of fish. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it to you. I actually don't even know how many games it is unbeaten that we are at home in Europe. I think it's like maybe 30 or 29 or something like that.
Is that run still going?
I think so, yeah. Google it.
Let me check.
You forget we finished 4th in the Champions League group. Crazy. Not that I take it into account. Is it 23?
As of 20th of January, it's 23 consecutive European
23 games.
24 games now.
24 consecutive games. Tottenham are unbeaten at home in the Champions League.
Yeah, which is in European competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so mental that when you think about the complete...
Well, Dortmund was the last home European game, right? Yeah, and that was the 24th game.
So this would be number 25 that we're going to. I don't really care about this game, in all honesty. But I don't. I'm not fussed about being, obviously, out the Champions League. We've got much bigger fish to fry, as Rob would say. But I think it's a way to just kind of, I think, build a little bit on what we saw at the weekend, the little bit of fight that we had. I don't know if Romero and Polina are available because of the
concussion
protocols. It's still not 10 days. So Richarlison is out of this game as well with suspension.
Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
So I would expect someone like Xavi Simons to come in and, he's been okay when we come to Champions League ties. He gets a lot more time, a lot more space on the ball. 5-2 in terms of a deficit, it's big, but it's not the end of the world. I think what's frustrating is when you look back at last week's game, 3 of those were mistakes. 2 are slips. Well, 3 of them are slips if you look
the first 3 goals were all mistakes.
So
as Jason Cundy said, you drew the second half.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because if those things don't happen, then I think you are in the game. And I think Tottenham actually weren't awful. I don't think that Tottenham were terrible. I think it's easy to say that Tottenham were terrible last week because of the scoreline and being 3-0 down after 15 minutes.
Are you slowly coming around to the Tudor way of doing it?
No, I'm not coming around to the Tudor way at all, but there were chances last week and I think that we didn't take them, and obviously we don't help ourselves with the individual errors. I can't see us winning the game, but my thing is I'm more bothered about the level of performance. I'm more bothered about the fight, and that's what I want to see.
Level of performance and a decent result.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely you're going through, but say you win or draw.
Yeah.
How do you regard Tudor then? Would you say, you know what? The last couple of games, let's give
I'll
him
be honest, Laurie, I couldn't give a toss about Igor Tudor. I literally couldn't care about someone less. What I care about, I don't think he's the right person. I think the first 5-6 games that I saw him have were absolutely abysmal. I hate the fact that he also plays players completely out of position. I hate that he plays Porro as right centre-back when the guy can't defend. Plays Conor Gallagher on again, square pegs, round holes. Just put round pegs in round holes and let's all just crack on. I don't need to give this guy credit. You've been brought in to do a job. You've been brought in to keep Tottenham up. What I've seen, you've wasted X amount of games so far in doing that.
But he could conceivably keep them up.
That's fine. That's his job. I will give Igor Tudor praise if he keeps us up. I don't need to praise him.
No, but what I'm saying is going from last week and say out now.
I still think
Jamie O'Hara, who's suddenly, by the way, gone very quiet recently. Actually,
he hasn't gone quiet.
Oh, have you not seen some of the him being cooked by Simon Cundy all the time? No, but I mean specifically that show.
Yeah. Look.
No, he was a lot quieter after the Liverpool result than he was previously. He was.
But what do you want us to? But do you not think it's so incredibly boring us sitting here having the same conversation? Igor Tudor was shit. Igor Tudor was shit last week. He's going to be shit next week.
What's for the swearing?
Sorry, he's going to be that every single week. We don't need to sit here and keep banging the drum and saying how poor Igor Tudor is and the mistakes that have been made and appointing this one, that one, etc.
I guess what I'm saying is,
hold on, wait. At this point, we have a job to do as fans, which is get behind the team. Okay, he's very lucky in terms of. We've let the Kinski thing go. I think he should have been sacked last week after the Kinski thing. Going to Anfield and getting a point, yeah, great. Not many managers. We've had far better teams that haven't managed to do that. I would say I think that's more on Liverpool because they could have been 3-0 up probably first half, in all honesty. But what I did like was the fight that I saw from the team. So I'll give them that. It could be a false dawn. I'll let you know on Monday. If I see the performance against Forest and we lose 3-0...
That game is at...
It's at home. But it
At
doesn't
home.
matter, does it? So my
No, it
point is
doesn't.
tomorrow night, and when we have got these home games, like I said before, the Palace
That's a game you don't really need, really, isn't it? That game.
It isn't, but I want to see more fight. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see some hunger. So I said it before the Palace game. Home games are the most important thing for me because we don't win at home, but we have to start changing the narrative on that. So us as fans, we've as it seems, everything's been put to the side for now. Protests, etc. We can do it if and when we're safe.
Right.
Just park it. We need to get behind the team. I think what they've got planned for the Forest game, I don't know if they're doing it tomorrow night as well. I think it's a bit different, but you know they're doing kind of like they're meeting the coach as the coach comes in, and they're going to have flares, and they're going to try they're trying to give the support to the team. They're trying to do that and let the team know we're behind you. We're your 12th man, like similar to like when Everton stayed up that year. So, yeah. There's a lot of blame on all of them. I don't blame necessarily Igor Tudor. Do I think he was the right person to come in? No. I think the players, I've said it so many times, it's so boring to just go and try and win some games. What are you saying? Nativity 1. Bro, you clearly don't watch any content I ever put out because I call out everyone. So go and watch some stuff, yeah? Get off my back.
Have I missed something?
Then I don't call out the players. I call out the entire.
Oh,
I
yeah,
call out
you've
everyone.
not been watching Abbie the last month.
You clearly
or so.
don't watch anything I put out.
You weren't one of those 230,000 people that watched that post Palace reaction.
Clearly.
That was a great video.
I blame everyone.
But what's your score predictions for the game, though? You've kind of convinced me here that I think you can go. I didn't think you'd be able to get anything, but you've kind of convinced me that you could.
My problem is a clean sheet. That's my issue.
Is that what you'd want?
No, as in I can't see us keeping a clean sheet to keep us in this game. I can't.
But I mean,
imagine it being
Richarlison,
5-5.
honestly, I've said it on the stream afterwards. Should have had a hat trick.
Yeah, he should have. But that's the thing. Like,
Anfield.
that's when you have a real lack of quality and like. Well, look, like I've said it a million times, what you see is what you get at the moment with Tottenham. We have it. Like Lucas Berger was actually back in training. I can't believe my eyes.
Madrid is a notoriously hard place to go, so.
Well, it's not.
No, but they lost 5-2 in Madrid.
Oh,
the
sorry,
game's
tomorrow.
at home.
Yeah.
The game's
right,
tomorrow at home.
I'll be honest, Tottenham is a hard place to go for Tottenham.
Yeah. Look, Spurs find it hard to play it.
You might get a draw at your
Tottenham.
place. You might get a draw.
Like I said, I'm not really fussed. I'm going there. I'll have a nice evening. It was the last time I'll probably see Tottenham in the Champions League for a very, very long time. And yeah, I just want to see a good level of performance.
Yeah,
that's all I can ask.
I think
for
you'll
at this
see
point.
that.
Yeah, I'm now going to go with I'm going to go 2-2
Yeah.
this game. I can see it being 2-2. But I can see you taking something from it.
Yeah.
In the way that like you look at it and you go, okay,
was
you
more
know
positive.
what? I can see something here. Maybe going into the Forest game will be X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
What's your score prediction, Laurie, for the game?
I think Spurs might hold on for a draw. I can't see them beating Madrid, though.
Do you know what it also does? It just, again, like getting that point away at Liverpool, it just stopped the rot for a second, like for a little bit. So let's
First
try.
point off since drawing 2-2 against Man City.
Yeah,
maybe you should play the big teams every
taken
week.
2 points in like,
These 9.
What's your running like?
oh, stings.
Let me. I'll
Forest,
get it up.
then we've got break. Then we've got what go to Sunderland. We've got Wolves away.
You've got so Forest at home, Sunderland away, Brighton at home, Wolves away, Villa away, Leeds at home, and then Chelsea away, Everton at home. Well, Everton at home.
Hard running, you know.
And then pre-season, you've got Sydney FC, and then Chelsea.
Great.
There's pre-season games,
Right.
but
Yeah, it's it's a hard running, but again, like they're teams that are in and around us. So that's why we've got to sort this home form out, because you've got Leeds at home, you've got Forest at home. So
look, relegation Richarlison knows what he's doing.
He does.
Relegation Richie actually really knows what he's doing.
If you want
He's
someone
also
in a
fighting for a place in the World Cup squad.
Yeah,
for Brazil.
I think that's what's quite interesting about this Spurs side at the minute. Like when I look at the squad that was out there on Sunday, and you had a look at the bench, we had 2 goalkeepers. We couldn't fill the bench. We had 2 goalkeepers. We had Kolo Muani, we had Xavi Simons, and then kids. 2 of them made their debut. We couldn't fill the bench. So the team that you're seeing, bar Solanke, they are all squad players. Every single one of them is a squad player, bar Porro and Solanke. That's it.
Yeah, so Richarlison didn't get called up for Brazil's latest squad, so he will be looking at that ahead of the World Cup for sure. If he can get on some good form, it's not like he can't get into that squad. Although, like, big up Igor Tudor, by the way, first call up.
Yeah,
First call up for Brazil.
and deservedly
Well,
so.
so deserved. It feels like I was
Did
so
anyone watch
surprised.
that game last night?
I saw the highlights.
The Brentford Wolves game.
Yeah.
2-0 up Brentford. Yeah. Honestly, Wolves are just literally here to mess with everyone's season.
Yeah, they're just to be annoying.
Did you see Reece Nelson's miss at the end?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad.
It's harder to miss.
Oh, I don't know how he missed that.
It was horrible.
I don't know how
it was
he missed
absolutely horrible.
Crazy.
Right. Oh, Rocket
that.
Ranked.
It's 6 o'clock.
Rocket Ranked. I was going to get to quickly before. That's pointing to go. Rocket Ranked quickly. I think we did the same one yesterday. But who do you think is the team across these 2 Champions League ties? Maybe you can give me a 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. Most likely to give us a bit of a shock. Obviously, considering last week's results, heading in the next couple, like the Champions League ties.
The English teams we're going for.
Well, but any of the 16 teams in the competition to give a shock. Because I put Galatasaray. I think is the team that's most likely to give us like a genuine shock. Then I said City, and then I'm going to go Leverkusen. So Galatasaray, Man City, and Leverkusen.
Yeah,
but as in like I think there's a better chance of Leverkusen giving us a shock than Chelsea.
I tell you what, I'll
go
just because it's our last hurrah, as I'm calling it. I would say
Spurs.
I would say Spurs, and I would not first. I would say Galatasaray, Spurs, City.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, thank you both for coming on.
Thank
it's
you.
been a nice show. Good to have you back, Abby.
Thank you. I might see you Thursday.
Yeah, come on Thursday. You're not coming on Friday, are you?
I'm not here Friday.
Because it's Alice's big return on Friday.
I'm not here Friday.
You're not seeing Alice? Oh.
No, I can't.
But I'm going to be back on DR Sports in an hour and a half because we've got our goal show to come up. Make sure to join us at 7:30. We've got Raul, Don, and a couple others all coming on. It's going to be John as well, I think, and not Clinton. He's on tomorrow. But great show, Laurie. Thank you for coming on.
No
as well.
worries, pleasure.
You'll be on the AFTV watch along.
I will be.
I assume, yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, so plenty of content coming up in the next couple hours, in the next few days on DR Sports. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Dylan. Cheers.
Let's go. What do you do with yours? I do unlimited football content.
Well, I do unlimited bragging.
Well, I do unlimited swiping right.
Well, I do unlimited doom scrolling.
Well, I do unlimited sliding into the DMs.
Well, I do watching TikTok on the bus without headphones unlimited.
Oh, God.